Hi, everyone. My name is Giuliana, and I am a very grateful recovering alcoholic and addict. I went to Mountainside back in February of 2006. My sobriety date is January 20th, 2006. I've been gratefully sober for about 12 years. Mountainside was a huge pivotal point to my sobriety and my journey to recovery. I came in there incredibly hopeless, felt lost, never thought that I'd be able to get it, didn't think I was even worthy of being able to be sober and actually have a happy life. I was 19 when I got sober, and I thought that my life was completely over as I knew it. And the whole idea that Mountainside asked me to do this video is just such an honor. It really helped to save my life. When I think about Go Beyond, I actually watched this video by Will Smith maybe like a few months ago. And he was talking about how he had this huge fear of skydiving. He was out with his friends and they came up with this wonderful idea that they were going to go skydiving the next day. He was so excited, so amped about it. And then all of a sudden it just dawned on him about how scary that was, that, oh my God, I am going to go skydiving the next day. He said that he really had to push himself. And the second he jumped out from that plane, he felt this pure feeling of exhilaration. He pushed beyond this boundary of fear. And beyond that boundary of fear was just something so amazing, a phenomenal experience, so beautiful. And that's what I think about when I think about going beyond. Is in sobriety, you really have to push beyond that boundary of fear and really go above and beyond to really get that wonderful sober life. I had to really push myself outside my comfort zone. They always say I do a 12-step program. I am gratefully part of AA. That you have to sometimes get uncomfortable to be comfortable. I was terrified of talking to people. I was terrified of asking for help. And those were things that I had to do in order to stay sober and stay in the middle of the herd. I needed that support network so desperately because I was so desperate to stay sober. So many wonderful things have happened in like my life due to sobriety. I actually went back to college at 9 months sober, and I finished and got my bachelor's degree. A couple years later, went ahead and got my master's degree, something I never thought I would have been able to do. I was basically failing school when I was in active addiction and in my very active alcoholism. I didn't think I would ever actually live to make it to my 21st birthday. And what Mountainside has shown me is that no matter how far I've been beaten down, I am still worth something. And that gave me some hope to keep going. The 12-step program that I did with AA really helped me to learn a lot about myself. It really helped me to push myself and to really just find how I really ticked, and which was really pivotal for me to stay sober. I had gone to meetings for a long time, and I unfortunately got complacent because things started going really great in my life. I got married, I was starting to excel in my career, and I started to push away from my sober network thinking, I got this. I don't need this anymore, which ended up being really deadly and detrimental to me. And I really lost my footing. I started to lose my self-worth. A lot of my anger came back that I had when I was actively using. And in December of 2016, my husband at the time actually announced that he wanted a divorce. And I hit an emotional bottom, a really, really deep emotional bottom. And I didn't think that it would ever get better, which was the same feeling I had when I first got sober, is when is this sadness going to end? I had no hope all over again. I had no self-worth. My life was just going down the drain when I had been doing so well and I had gained so much. And I ended up celebrating 11 years in the hospital. I was hospitalized for a week because of a huge breakdown that I had. And the second I got out, it was like something just really clicked and dawned on me again. And I realized I needed to get back into my 12-step program. And I did. I called a few friends, really pushed myself to go beyond that boundary of fear, to actually ask for help all over again. And since then, it's been about a year and a half since I started getting involved in the program again. And Mountainside has also been wonderful to me. I've been able to go up there a few times to speak. One of my closest friends in the program, he has actually been sober for a couple of years. He's also a Mountainside alum as well, too. And my life has gotten infinitely better. Absolutely phenomenal. with being sober and having a sober network, you learn that you can get through anything without having to have a drink or a drug. And I went through my divorce sober, didn't have to have a drink, kept all my friends close, kept everybody very close, my sober network incredibly close. And I now have my self-worth back, my self-respect. This is actually the happiest I have been in a long time, because in sobriety, you have to learn to take care of yourself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And my higher power really helps me a lot today to get through difficult times. And I find that when difficult things do happen, I'm able to get through them faster because I can turn it over. I can actually ask someone else for help. I can talk to somebody, and it just makes me feel so much better. But a year and a half later, I can't even imagine that I would be where I am right now. I am actually excelling in my career. I actually got promoted about a year ago. I'm actually now managing a doctor's office. Never thought I would be doing that. My network is huge. Mountainside has also been great. I've actually gone to one alumni event recently that was wonderful. And what else have I done? Let's see here. I actually was living with my parents for a while. I moved in with them back in August after my divorce was finalized. I basically left that marriage with nothing. I decided that I didn't want alimony, nothing like that. Left with pretty much nothing. And I never thought I would be where I am right now. I'm actually sitting in my new home right now. I actually purchased a home all on my own. Never thought that I would be able to do that. I just closed at the beginning of May. So I'm sitting in my new condo, and right sitting behind me is my cat. I actually got both my cats back. My ex-husband reached out to me and asked if I would like them back. So here they are. Never thought I would be able to ever see them again. And they're just really a big, big part of my life. I am very, very grateful that I am where I am now. You know, past year and a half, I mean, the divorce was definitely very difficult, but by keeping my network close, I was able to get through it, able to most of the time stay calm and try to stay humble through the whole thing. But here I am in my new home, and this is the happiest I've been in the longest time. I'm closer to all my meetings now because I have to always make that my priority is my sobriety, because if I put anything in front of my sobriety, I'm going to lose it. But when I put my sobriety first and I push beyond that boundary of fear and I don't question what I can and cannot do, I really can sell myself short. And that's part of people who are alcoholics or addicts. We sometimes question our capacity of what we actually can do in life. And you can really put your mind to anything, because here I am now, and this is just phenomenal. I still can't believe it sometimes. And my family's still close by. They're 15 minutes away. They've been a huge support for me. My best friend, he's in the program, and he lives 5 minutes away from me. He was actually just here watching TV with me. And it's just incredibly beautiful what sobriety can give. And I thank Mountainside so much for setting that foundation for me for sobriety and showing me that life is still worth living. Because when I got sober, I still wanted to die. I didn't want to feel pain anymore. I thought I was worth nothing. And they showed me that I was worth something. And I'm worthy of a happy and sober life. And I have to remember that every single day. But I really hope that this helps to inspire somebody else. Mountainside has helped to save a lot of lives. And I hope that whoever sees this inspires you and shows you that you can do so much in sobriety. And there's so much that it has to give, and it can give you an absolutely wonderful life. Well, thank you so much for listening. Bye.